Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for this video, I wanted to talk about a hybrid dinosaur that never got to see the light of day. So Jurassic Park has played with these hybrid crossbreeds in the franchise for nearly its entire existence. Of course, you probably wouldn't know that if you're only used to seeing what happens in the movies and haven't followed any of the expanded material, but ever since 1994, dinosaur hybrids have appeared in and out of the franchise through different stories that involve things like comic books, toy lines, canceled animated series, and even video games. Now, the decision to bring these hybrids over into the movies has been something that we've only just recently seen with the new Jurassic World entries, but the idea to do so actually existed far before their scripts were ever written. One particular hybrid shares a lot of similarities with one that we eventually did get to see in the films. So, a long time ago, during the development hell of Jurassic Park 4, Steven Spielberg, Amblin, and Universal were really trying to figure out what they should do with the film series. Industrial Light and Magic famously began working on some concept imagery for the cancelled dinosaur-human hybrid movie that would ultimately never get made. And by now, John Sayles' earlier draft for the fourth film had already leaked online. Well, not too long after that, plans to create a new dinosaur hybrid were being put together for Jurassic Park around 2006, and their ideas were pretty interesting to say the least. Now, before I go any further, I want to make it clear that all of the information that I'm going over was first found out by Chris Pugh from Jurassic Outpost. He actually reached out to the guy who designed this dinosaur and learned all of what I'm going to go over today, so be sure to thank him specifically for it. Now, the design that would ultimately get put together for this new hybrid would end up looking like this. Note the green skin color and the resemblance to a tyrannosaur in body structure. The animal seems to have some pretty minimalistic changes made to its skull with those tiny crests above the eyes, but all things considered, she looks very Rex-like in spirit. And that's because she basically is, albeit with something else thrown in for good measure. Its final name was dubbed the Robertosaurus Rex. During Chris's interview with the creator, Joe Lodotti, the man had this to say about the animal. Back in 2006, I was hired by Art Asylum to sculpt 2 dinosaur prototypes for Toy Fair. They were part of a new proposed Jurassic Park toy line, not affiliated with any movie, that would have had nastier dinosaurs and soldiers with all kinds of dino fighting gear and vehicles. The R-Rex was the first. It's not based on any JP design. I was told to simply come up with a next-gen T.rex on steroids, with maybe a bit of Raptor DNA thrown in. I had a week to sculpt it and paint it for display. Now, I asked Chris about this hybrid dinosaur to see if he had anything else that would help us get a good idea of what was going on here. And he told me that the idea for this Robertosaurus was pretty much something that was being pushed from Universal itself. Apparently, Spielberg at one point really wanted to see soldiers battle a genetically engineered dinosaur for JP4. And the whole Raptor-Rex hybrid thing was really interesting to him. Interestingly, the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World would eventually show us much of what the old Robertosaurus concept may have been going for. What I personally find really cool and intriguing about this hybrid dino is the fact that it actually bears a pretty noticeable resemblance to the V-Rexes from Peter Jackson's 2005 Kong movie, which was kind of the most Jurassic thing out there at the time. Personally, I think this Robertosaurus Rex is pretty cool, but I do find the name to be honestly strange. The only reason I can think of it being named something like this is some weird correlation between the animatronic Rex in the first movie being called Roberta by the crew. But even so, Roberta and Roberto are 2 different things. Maybe this Rex on steroids was supposed to be a male when it was conceptualized, or maybe there's really no significant answer to it at all. Whatever the case may be, I'm curious to hear what all of you guys think about the dinosaur. Do you think this would have been a cool animal to see in Jurassic Park 4 during 2006, or are you happier with the Indominus that we got to see in 2015? Now, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you guys enjoy what I do so much, and I'm extremely thankful to have all of your incredible support. Now I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next one, guys, and as always, take it easy.